What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited about today's project. Today we're going to be building a custom bed rack for my truck. I'm going to be building it to mount a gas can, some recovery tracks, and a water tank. That way we can have some extra gas, extra water, and some recovery tracks while I'm off-roading and overlanding. What's up, guys? Before we get into today's video, I have noticed that a lot of you watching my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. So I wanted to come on here and ask if you guys do enjoy my content or enjoy today's video, that you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It greatly helps me out and keeps me motivated to continue creating content for you guys. I have enjoyed making the videos about my truck, and I can't wait to see where we go in the future. So if you would consider making that red subscribe button gray, I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get right back into the project. So for today's video, we're going to need some safety glasses, a Dremel, a Sharpie, what we're cutting, and some aluminum square tubing to build our frame. Alright, to start off, here we got the side view and top view of our rack. We got sort of a 3D model there with some dimensions, and we got a list of what we need to cut. Let's get right into it. To start off, we're going to be cutting our two main top support pieces right there. Those are 52.5 inches long, so let's get those measured out. Now it is important to get on all four sides. That way when we're cutting, we can do side by side. Alright, now that we got that measured out, let's go ahead and cut it off with our Dremel. Now that we got that first one cut, let's double check our measurements. $52.5, right on the money. Alright, now that I've shown you our first cut, I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of them, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, welcome back. A new day. We got all of our pipes cut, and now we're going to start mounting them together to build the frame. So let's get into how we do that. Alright, now that we've got all our pieces cut, I'm going to go over really quick how we're going to mount everything together. So there's three options to mounting the aluminum together. The first option would be, of course, welding the edges. The second option would be a blazing rod and a torch. And our third option is what you see here. What I've done is there's two pre-made stainless steel brackets on each end with a bolt running through the middle and a nut clamping them together. And that's what we are going to be using for this build. So basically what we're going to want to do is take our two ends of the aluminum, get them together as best as we can. We're going to lay down our bracket like so, obviously in the middle. Then you're going to want to take your Sharpie and mark where your dots are going to go. And then you're going to want to take your self-tapping tool, self-tap those marks, and then we're going to want to drill them out. So you're going to use a small one first to make sure you're lined up properly. Then you're going to use your big one to get the hole to the size that you need. And then we can run our bolts through, have another bracket on the other end, and this is our finishing product. There's no wiggle room, no play at all, and it is very, very solid. Alright guys, and here's where we are at so far. Last time you saw us, we were making the brackets. I showed you how to make those brackets. Now, utilizing those brackets and everything, we have made most of the frame. Next, I was going to do a beam here. At first I was going to do a little diagonal just to make it look a little bit better. But after coming out and looking at it, you won't really notice the diagonal. So what we're going to end up doing is just cutting it straight. So from here to here, it's 20 inches. So we got to cut 2 more pieces at 20 inches. All right, we got the rack all made. I'm going to show you guys a little quick peek, but I'm going to show you the real thing as soon as it's installed. So what we're going to be using is that little pinch weld right there to mount our rack. So basically, if we look right here, it's pretty skinny. So we can drill in through there and use a bolt to connect it. So we're going to drill a couple of holes here to connect it. Let's get right into it. All right, so basically what I've done is I marked where our first hole is going to go, and then I measured on the rack how far apart we need to go. So we have our next hole, and it was 10 inches almost exactly away. So those are going to be our first 2 holes that we drill. All right, we got our 2 holes here all done. Now let's do the other side and get this mounted. All right, got our holes all drilled up. Let's go ahead and mount it. So that pretty much sums up this bed rack. I'm super happy with how it came out. It's pretty damn sturdy for what it is. I wouldn't sit in the very middle because there's not really any supporting beams coming from the middle, but on the edges I've sat on it. It's totally fine, super sturdy. I think it'll hold the weight of the gas can and the water can super easily, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. Obviously I would rather have it be welded or brazing rod and doing it that route, but to help you guys out and to help myself out, because I don't know how to weld, I don't know how to do that, and the cheaper option obviously would be just do those brackets, so that's kind of why I went that route. Overall the cost was not too bad. It was $22 for the 1-inch 8-foot aluminum square tubing, and I did buy 3 of those, so that's about $70 after tax. And then I probably spent, $30, $40 on the brackets and all the hardware for it. I did, however, purchase the Dremel to make this rack, so that was another $75, $80 depending on what you buy. But I added that to my tool collection, so can't really say that that was part of the price of the bed rack. I did need it, and now I have one for the future. But thanks so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys would have done in the comment sections below. And stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.